K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Whether you're a startup trying to push through to the next level or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget, web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
Joe had huge problems with the IRS.
I knew it was coming. I hadn't filed taxes since 1990.
All the IRS letters coming in added up to a nightmare.
To get up to like $68,000. My heart started beating fast. It's like, there's no way, man. I mean, I ain't going to be able to do this.
Then they stopped his paycheck.
So that's when I started making phone calls and found U.S. Tax Shield.
U.S. Tax Shield went to work immediately.
They just took the bull by the horns. What blew my mind is he called the IRS right then and there.
So why is U.S. Tax Shield A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau? Joe knows.
They saved me a ridiculous amount of money.
If you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS or state, choose the company Joe chose, U.S. Tax Shield.
It was the best decision I made. U.S. Tax Shield is the way to go. Life is good. Thank you, Lord.
Call 800-471-3287.
U.S. Tax Shield. Boo-rah. Yes.
800-471-3287. 800-471-3287.
Game on, where progressives fear us and rhinos tremble. Welcome to the political jungle. I'm JD.
This is Stacey. No one is safe. No one is spared.
Lock up the children.
And the old folk.
Welcome to the world of liberservative conservatarians.
What a great day to be an American, be alive in America, and defeating the forces of cheap vodka, stale cigarette split ends, and sadness. Thursday night, December 3rd, 2015. JD and Stacey here on that Game On that K98 Talk. Welcome back to all our political freaks, geeks, and back alley sneaks. Everybody within the sound of my voice, you know what to do. Get over to that K98Talk.org. Right now, you get in that chat room. You say hello to the most masculine out, tripped out, drunken Nick. I'm telling you, these people, they're naked. They go in there, they do things. There are pictures. There are pictures. Tonight, we're going to have an hour. We're going to tell you, yes, it's radical Islam. No, Obama is not going to say so. CAIR Presser. Who cares? Minnie and Mickey doing that stupid baby. The Popa has come. He issued a statement on the robots and much, much more. Remember, guys, we're not just here Thursday nights with the best lead in here on K98 Talk. That Bell River and that Dr. Ava, that whom the bell told. They're giving that news all over the place here. That at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on that K98 Talk, leading into Stacey and I. Tonight, not just here Thursday night, kids. We do it again Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. We shift gears with that Bloody Marys and broadsheets. Your cure for your cheap vodka, stale cigarettes, split ends, and sadness hangover. We do it again Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for another edition of Game On. And Fridays, leading into that Yahoo Sports over that WNJC, 1360 a.m. over the 5 p.m. drive time slot, serving that southern New Jersey, Philadelphia, northern Delaware. We got Rick Wilson coming up. That's right, the Rick Wilson, kind of like that Slim Shady deal there. Remember, guys, during the show, after the show, not during it, you get over to Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey, JDANDSTACEY. Find a catalog of everything we've been doing here with that Ricky Ticky Tavi Rick Robinson on that K98 Talk and the FlipsideShow.com. Loftus, he's funny. When they go there, channel find it, don't find it, what happens?
You call your cable company and you say, we want the Flipside Show now.
No,
and you have to go subscribe to his YouTube channel.
I don't understand. I honestly thought that you wanted people to listen to Michael's show because evidently what the last 24 hours has taught us is if the cable company doesn't carry it, we can just rent a black SUV, load it up with Korans and pipe bombs and a bunch of smelly halal-eating jerk-offs, have some weapons, and then when we can go blow up the cable studio that doesn't carry Loftus' show, you want to know what? We're only looking at, like, workplace violence charges. Good evening, pretty lady.
Hello, how are you? You're, like, saucy and salty and just a little bit crazy this evening, it would seem.
Well, let me tell you something. You know why JD's got the best life in the world? You know how many men...
Because you get to do a show with me.
Well, besides that, you know how many men all over America... You know how many men all over America tonight are paying $50 an hour extra for that salty saucy?
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay, terrific.
Oh, for those of you who are fans of the show, we've had a lot of new people joining us out of that Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, Philadelphia area. Stacey and I, there are two main things. There are two main things that you have to remember about JD and Stacey's show. The first one is that I can never find what I'm looking for anymore because, oh, here it is. This is the first thing about the show.
It's not going to be an orgy. It's a toga party.
And
our shenanigans are cheeky and fun.
Yeah, I mean, his shenanigans are cruel and tragic.
Which makes them not shenanigans at all, really. Evil shenanigans.
You know what fuels evil shenanigans? Cheap vodka, stale cigarettes, split ends, and sadness.
Oh. Why are you telling him about my personal habits, damn ya? Oh.
Okay, terrific.
Well, you know the only reason Wilson might come on the show is because he hasn't paid me this month. So.
Oh my God! Now there's audio.
I'm kidding. The reason he agreed to come on the show is because he actually doesn't pay me to be a shell for Marco Rubio, and I said, since you're not going to pay me, come on my show.
No, but I will tell you something. And tonight, guys, we're gonna take basically the best of everything that we know from what happened in San Bernardino yesterday. We're gonna take it through the entirety of the show. We're gonna cover a lot of different angles of it, the politics, the reality. But I will say something before we start the show. And it's not because I am smarter than anybody else. I hear from our audience by email, in the chat room, through social media. Most of, not all of you, are a hell of a lot smarter than I am. And yesterday, when this was happening, when I heard CNN talk about a mass shooting where Durka Bob Jerkoff the 53rd was at a Christmas party, didn't get a green M&M, got up, drove home, found two other body-armored people, and had a military-style execution at a government building in San Bernardino. By the way, you've all seen the overhead shots of the complex. Of all the buildings that you're looking at in that complex, this is the only building that was not secured. I want to say that again. It was the only building that was not secured. Scanner came out. One of the first names that came out over there, well, there were actually two other suspects that they thought were involved whose names originally came out over the scanner that was wrong. The police get a call about a Saeed Farouk.
Yeah, don't say his name.
That name never really goes out over the scanner again. The reason for that, we can argue till the day is done, but I'm going to tell you something right now. What happened in San Bernardino yesterday was an act of radical jihadi terrorism. It was not workplace violence. And we're going to go through a timeline of what happened and everything we know up to this point. But I think just starting the show, I am still almost I am floating between viscerally shocked and angry about the 6-year-old in chief that is presiding over the government that basically 330 million of us live under.
Well, and there's two pieces of information that in the reading I did before, and it may have appeared other places because I obviously couldn't read everything related to the shooting. There were actually 2 pieces of information in the Orlando Sentinel, of all things, that about sent me over the edge.
Which were?
The first one was that Durkabab number 53, because we will not say his name again.
Durka.
Exactly. That according to the Saudi embassy, Durkabab number 53 traveled to Saudi Arabia in the summer of 2014 for 9 days. The other, and that I didn't see anywhere else. I saw all about the house and everything they had in there. And
as a matter of fact, before you go on, the other thing I had wanted to mention at the top of the show, in real time, some of, if not the best reporting that is coming out of what happened in San Bernardino is the Los Angeles Times. And I honestly highly recommend you. For a variety of reasons, we can talk about this. The LA Times is not the New York Times. That's a different show, another time. You know, I'm not saying it's a conservative publication, but their straight reporting on what's going on by the hour is really, really spot on. I'm sorry, Stacey, go ahead.
Well, and, you know, we have at this point done 2 shows in the history of our show really focused on radical Islam and what ISIS wants and what jihad is all about and that sort of thing. And jihad is about those who insult Islam must die, right? So if you look at the Orlando Sentinel, what you will find is that 2 weeks ago, Farouk and one of it, I said his name, Durkabab 53, and one of his co-workers had a heated conversation about Islam, according to Kulim Stevens, a friend of the victim. Stevens said she happened to call Thalsanos while he was talking with Farouk at work. She said Thalsanos told her Farouk doesn't agree that Islam is not a peaceful religion. So he had an argument with a coworker about his religion. And there is no doubt in my mind, when you leave your house in the morning with body armor, it is not spontaneous workplace violence.
No, and basically the timeline of basically how everything unfolded is the first initial 911 calls about shots being fired at, the name of the facility was the Inland Regional Center. And again, it was a state building. Well, it wasn't a federal building. And it basically served people with developmental disabilities. So the first 911 calls come in at about 11 a.m. One of the suspects, later identified as County Health Inspector Saeed Rizwan Farouk. And I don't have a problem. I'll tell you why I don't have a problem saying his name.
Dead.
No, and I want to continually say it over and over, because regardless of what this administration, regardless of what these awful, soulless, liberal progressives, politics at the cost, never let a tragedy go to waste, just scalbags with their seizure for the gun control and everything else, they are trying to, and we're going to get into the silence of the White House and how this is trying to craft a narrative. But I want to continually say this name, because I will say this, and I'm going to say it again, Saeed Rizwan Farouk, 28 years old, American-born. You know why I want to continually say his name? Because everybody listening to me right now, and way beyond that, anybody who has any sense of intellectual honesty knows for damn sure that if the 3 people that shot up that building, that Inland Regional Center yesterday, killing those 15 people, if they were some 3 crackers who loved themselves some Jeebus and was down at the 7th Lutheran or the 8th-day Adventist Church, we would have known their names, where they had went to church, how they had voted, what kind of magazines they subscribed to. And you want to know something? The federal, local, and municipal authorities have that very same information right now. And nobody listening to this program right now has to think back 14 years ago to 9/11 to go, well, you know, this is a serious, all right, well, how does the government react? Go back a couple of weeks ago and look how the government reacted in Paris. Hollande is a socialist, a European socialist, not a ha-ha Obama, ha-ha Bernie Sanders socialist. There was not, before those Paris terror attacks, a more Neville Chamberlain-like character in Europe than Hollande. But do you want to know something? He knew how important strong and uniting leadership is at a time like this. Not going and hiding and being divisive and plotting and the mass shooting, which we'll get into later. The mass shooting MAME. We have names. Names in some background of some of these people who were killed. Robert Adams, 40 years old. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me get the call here. I'm sorry, but this absolutely pisses me off. Robert Adams, 40 years old. He died in the attack, grew up in the Inland Empire, and married his high school sweetheart. Isaac Amanos, 60 years old. Benetta Bet Padal, 46. Harry Bowman, 46. Sierra Claiborne, 27. Juan Espinoza, 50. Aurora Godoy, 26. Shannon Johnson, 45. Daniel Kaufman, 42. And the list goes on. Anybody out there with a soul, with a heart, with a conscience, you tell me how this despicable disgrace of a president of the United States is going to look any of these people in the eye 36 hours after this attack to any of these victims' family members and tell them this might be a variety of issues, including workplace violence. Forget about how asinine and weak it is.
The same way he and Hillary Clinton looked dead in the eyes of the parents of the victims of Benghazi and get that bastard. They're sick.
Because it's politics at all cost. It is politics at all cost. You can say what you want about George W. Bush. You can say what you want about the Iraq War. That's right, the one that Hillary Clinton voted for authorization for. But I digress. The man was a uniter in times like this. You want to know something? Bill Clinton, Jimmy Carter, not my cup of tea ideologically, both of those men knew that they were president of 330 million people, not just the people that voted for me. Remember, go out there, punish your enemies. Punish your enemies. Punish your enemies. This isn't a joke. This isn't a Saturday Night Live skit about Obama and ha, 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 and crazy conservatives, and are they brain dead, and are they redneck, and are they ass backwards. No. This in real time, ladies and gentlemen. You think you're wondering why the president of the United States, the supposed leader of the free world, hasn't come out and said anything? What do you think the Chinese, Vladimir Putin, the Iranians, the Saudis who now see where this is going, what do you think the rest of the world is thinking about this weak, feckless jerk-off?
Oh, a highly more impactful view than they had yesterday, I guess. But, I mean, when you take a look at the politics of the thing, and we're only days away from a shooting in Colorado Springs that they call the Planned Parenthood shooting, and to the best of my knowledge, it has still not been hooked to any ideology around abortion. But that was everywhere for days and days and days. And
don't let Sam Stein of the Huffington Post.
Yeah, don't let Sam Stein off the hook, because Sam Stein,
disgrace list.
Sam Stein felt it necessary yesterday when this shooting went off at the Inland Community Center, okay, to put out there exactly how far away the closest Planned Parenthood was, as if this could possibly be linked. Are you kidding me? Okay, but you need no further illustration of where the leftist media comes from than the New York Daily News cover today.
But this
big, bold letters. God won't fix this. Rand Paul's tweet, Ted Cruz's tweet, Ben Carson's tweet. Another, I can't remember the fourth presidential candidate, was saying, in our thoughts and prayers, the only thing in their tweet highlighted was the word prayers in big black letters. God won't fix this. It disgusted me. If you ever doubted there is a war on Christianity in that country, all you have to, in this country you have to do is look at that cover.
And not only that, if you take a look at psychological warfare tactics throughout time, one of the most powerful is basically dislocating the public from reality. And one of the ways that you do that very quickly and very succinctly in the information age, where you can get real-time video of robots from Mars on your phone, you don't make announcements. You don't give out information that is readily available to the human eye. Because you know what you start to do? You start to balkanize the public. And people start thinking and living inside of their own head and making their own assumptions and making their own speculation. I have no doubt that the law enforcement on the ground is doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. But you civilian leaders are doing nothing but crafting a narrative. Let me read you some headlines. And who's complicit in this more than anybody else are the press. Think about what the press calls every Republican candidate to have to account for. What is said, this is said, who's Donald Trump going to fight, and da-da-da-da-da. Here's a headline that the ABC News. Tashfeen Malik joins small group of female mass murderers. Mass murderers, not...
Oh, durka.
Right. No, mass murderers. To my mind, big difference between a terrorist and a mass murderer. Now, there's the timeline. We're going to get into CAIR. He stopped attending the mosque. Weapons in San Bernardino shooting were legally obtained.
But the guns were not legally obtained by the couple.
No, I understand that, Stacey, and that you just made my point. This is an attempt to feed narrative, and one of the things you're going to see repeated over and over and over again in the press about mass shooting. All right, by the time they come around to a link of terrorism, they're going to say that this guy freaked out because of his green M&M and went home, and everybody happened to have been trained, and he had just been in Saudi Arabia, where the wife came over from, and the husband, the father gives an interview to the New York Daily News yesterday, right after the shooting, and we'll get to the brother-in-law in the press conference coming on the other side of the break. Yesterday, the father of anybody who wants to protect their children, it's going to be the father. The father speaks about how he's become radicalized over the last few months, how he was in religious clothing, how it was Durka this and Islam Allah that and Allah, what have you. And then you have the neighbor who was next door. I am a New Yorker. This city is different after 9/11. And you want to know something? I don't care who you voted for. I don't care how dumb all you D.C. corridor jerk-offs think this is. You know what people in this neck of the woods do? If they see something, they say something. I don't know many people who in the last 14 years in this metropolitan area haven't at one point, if they've been in the city, walked up to a cop and go, hey, man, maybe I am crazy, and maybe some homeless guy just took a dump in his knapsack and left it over there in the corner. But it's been sitting there. And you want to know something? That's how a city jam-packed of 9 million people has, thank God to this day, stayed safe. Thank God to this day, stayed safe. But it's not what you're getting anymore. But coming back on the other side of the break, we're going to go through a little more of some of this nonsense and how Obama is leading us down the primrose path. But we have a very exciting announcement here for JD and Stacey on Game On. We have a new sponsor tonight. So before we go out into the first break and pay some bills, in the radio business, this is called a live read. So we are very proud to do our very first live read going into our sponsor for our first commercial break. That's how you started out. You go, Spoon Chop Hair Products. Daily cleansing away your aura of cheap vodka, stale cigarettes, split ends, and sadness at Paul Mitchell Salons today.
One break coming up.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it. There to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
If you like your health care plan, you'll be able to keep your health care plan. This is the most transparent administration in history. Not even a smidgen of corruption.
Fact is, we had 4 dead Americans. What difference at this point does it make?
If you got a business, you didn't build that.
The feeling most people get when they hear a Barack Obama speech, I felt this thrill going up my leg. I don't have that too often.
Steady.
It's time to hear the truth about America's biggest challenges. Ricky Robinson, host of America Off the Rails, will tackle the important issues facing America today as he tries to keep America from coming off the track. Get ready to hear the truth every Monday through Friday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, here on K98Talk.com and the Spark Radio Network.
Welcome to the face. Welcome to the face of the new democracy.
Are you conservative in a world of liberal?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're not alone. Hey, I'm Daniel Stafford, host of the Stafford Voice, and I'd like to invite you to tune in each Monday, 10 p.m. Eastern, where I'll break down the events of the week, and together we'll learn about how they affect you. So, sit back and get ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly of talk radio right here on K98 Talk.
From the Vikings of Norway to my home down south to Washington, D.C., I've been around. I've seen it all, and I've come out on top. You better beware, for all you know, the bell tolls for you. Enter the bell tower or watch your step. 8 p.m. Thursdays, K98 Talk.
Welcome back to JD and Stacey, bringing you Revolution Radio with Game On that K98 Talk. Everybody right now, get over that K98Talk.org. Get in the chat room. These people are fantastic. They keep me going. I owe Stacey so much time in the second segment. I want to thank everybody for bearing with me in the last segment. That was honestly I have so much anger over the way that this has all been handled. But thank you very much for joining us here Thursday nights. Remember, guys, we're here Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. for Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. Yoke you over that mainstream media hangover. Tomorrow, kids, 5 p.m. WN, JC 1360 a.m. for that conservative commandos or radio block leading into that Yahoo Sports. We're making it to that big time, baby. And as always, after the show, not during it, you go to Spreaker.com, hashtag JD and Stacey, JDANDSTACEY. You take a look at everything we've been doing here for that Riggy-Tiggy-Tabby at that K98 Talk. And yes, Loftus, we know you're listening. We'll say it again. TheFlipSideShow.com, channel finder. And then what happens?
Last time you said we could go and bomb the cable company and it would only be workplace violence.
I swear to Christ on the cross, I was just going to say, if you're on mute again, I will Saeed Farouk your ass like you have no idea.
That has happened like once in the last 6 weeks. I've been so much better.
You heard it, folks. You know, when males and females have a radio co-host relationship, they call it radio wife and radio husband. You know how long we've been radio married? Yeah, what do you want?
Almost a year.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? It's just like real marriage because you were just like, oh, but we haven't done that in like 6 weeks.
No, I said I haven't done that in 6 weeks.
What? You know how my head works.
Okay, terrific.
No, and I don't want to know any more details.
That's why we have Viagra commercials.
I'm actually waiting now for the FBI come to the door because we're plotting to blow up the local cable provider or something. So.
Oh, what are you kidding me? That phone call got made at about 9:23. No, you want to know? Right? The next call was to Paul Mitchell. Excuse me, I demand to know the recipe for Coca-Cola. Hi, that's crazy. You can't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me. Yes, but you called the hair salon. That's why I'm calling. You know what the best part about my life is? Fleischmann plastic handles of vodka.
I can't stop you from talking right now?
The Fleischmann plastic handles of vodka don't break when I pass out with a cigarette in the couch.
Oh, my God. How your head works, I'm never going to know.
God.
You are unpredictable.
Breaking news from the ISIS goat farm.
Those men wanted to have sex with me.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
there was something you said before the break that I actually wanted to comment on that I thought was very interesting in this whole gun control argument.
Wait. Before you do that, we do have a breaking. We actually have real breaking news coming in here. Hold on. This is coming across the AP wire as of 9:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I literally had to read this twice. It actually says that President Obama has just confirmed that he is the fourth terror suspect being sought in conjunction with the San Bernardino.
Oh, you're such a jerk.
And the reason
I'm thinking something, because you do get those phone alerts. I'm thinking something really just happened. God. Why do I subject myself to this 3 times?
I just so Pavlov dogs you for all the nonsense I do on this radio. You heard 2 things. You heard. And you went, oh my God, it must be real.
No, I heard this just came over on AP, and I know you have an AP alert on your phone.
Oh my God! Oh, now we're taking requests in the chat room. This is just for Beaker O'Donovan, who I can't just thank enough.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
Actually, the women are suggesting no. Beaker suggested I get a shot collar for you.
That
the inappropriate bell is no longer enough. That I actually need some kind of device that I can go and actually make you hurt.
I guess we can. I'll tell you what. I guess we can negotiate where it gets hooked up, and we can go.
Oh,
from there.
no.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medication don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
The K98 Christmas contest.
The K98 Christmas contest? What are you talking about?
The 98th caller right now wins the choice of where to hook it up.
Wow.
Oh, my God. What do you mean you can't tell me the recipe for real Coke, Paul Mitchell?
What did you do during the break? Seriously.
Put the lotion in the basket.
That guy was sitting here yelling at me through the whole break, and he scared me.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We are sitting here talking about such a serious topic, and you just did what?
Yeah, but you want to know what? And I think I thank the audience that comes and joins us, 4 hours a week, because that's the whole point of this. Is we're about to get back into some real serious and deep stuff, and look. You used to say this is a joke, but literally I don't think the world is ending today, but Obama's still in the White House, and it's not, and there's going to be Christmas and the kids and your loved ones and your grandchildren and whatever it is, and you have to remember that because we have so much access to information and because we go through so much serious stuff, in my mind it's important to laugh every once in a while. But I wanted to bring Stacey back in at some point before we get to the second break. Stacey, I wanted to go through CAIR and stuff like that. Did you want to go through a couple of these clips and take your take from them?
It's something you said before the break, in this whole gun control meme that, of course, we go right back to immediately after any type of incident like this. First of all, it's very interesting in the direct opposition that the president of the NRA now has commercials out on Fox, talking about in times like these, it is more important than ever that legal gun owners be able to defend themselves. And the president's meme of we need to make it more difficult for these people to get guns. One of the arguments is, and one of the arguments I've seen in several of the editorials, is that this particular individual would not have been able to buy guns because he interacted with people on an FBI watch list. And then we have confirmation in other places that he himself, despite interacting with those people, and despite going to Saudi Arabia and some other things that we've now clearly seen uncovered in their social media profiles and their internet traffic, was actually not on a watch list, and nothing that the president is actually proposing would have stopped him from getting his legal handguns, and God knows we wouldn't have stopped him from getting the illegal assault rifles he had, seeing that somebody gave them to him.
And and Stacey, that is such a good point. That is really such a good point. And I don't know if you saw the stats on Black Friday gun sales.
They were through the roof.
Not only were they through the roof,
set records.
I just heard this today, and the FBI released a statement either earlier this week or right after this weekend when the numbers came in that Black Friday, and these are legal gun sales, folks, legal gun. And I think this is no saying no. There should be more gun sales. Chris Lesh made a great point last night. Somebody on the left was bitching about the guns. It's the guns. It's because the guns walked up and killed all these people. And the NRA spends $30 million. And Chris Lesh, I thought, had the greatest point in the world. He goes, "Yeah, you know what that tells me? Next year they got to spend $60 million." Mm-hmm. And I said, "You know something?" I said, "Absolutely, absolutely good for you." But the Black Friday gun sales, the FBI was running a background check at a rate of about 1 every 2 seconds, and I don't think that so much has to do with Paris, which it does. I don't think it has so much to do with
No, I think it absolutely has to do with Colorado and yesterday.
I yes and no. No, because Black Friday was before yesterday. I think it has more to do with the atmosphere that this man has allowed to foment.
Well,
in this
Greta
country.
cited a survey taken before the shooting in San Bernardino. 83% of Americans feel that there will be a major terrorist attack on our soil in the imminent near future. Only
Absolutely.
17% think that's not possible.
Absolutely. And again, this goes back to leadership. And are you uniting or dividing the country? Because I'll tell you what, every progressive, every smarmy liberal through the George W. Bush years that sat there at a Christmas party or a cocktail party with their uber expensive vodka or gin or whatever they were supposed to be drinking to impress. You want to know something? Those of them that were intellectually honest knew damn well that they would be able to have those disagreements with you because of the protection that the administration allowed our military to provide for us, and because of the national security apparatus that was in place. You don't have that anymore, and I don't even think the most ardent of progressive douchebags at the end of the day is going to hold on to that, especially the ones with children, because you have to look around and be intellectually honest about it. There are two things I do want to cover, and we're running out of a little bit of time here. I honestly, this is one of those nights where I wish we had 2 or 3 hours because we could really take this out. But there are two things that I want to hit. Did you want to hit? Let's go over Grandma and Obubu's comments first, and then a little bit of the CAIR Presser. So this is Hillary today.
I want to say something about what happened yesterday in San Bernardino, California. We don't know yet everything about this specific attack. President Obama spoke this morning about the possibility that it was terror-related. But I also want to note this.
The possibility.
It's important to remember, and I know this from the work I did as a senator, particularly with law enforcement. The vast majority of Muslim Americans are just as concerned and heartbroken about this as anyone else.
Yeah.
We can say one thing for certain. They should not have been able to do this. We cannot go on with losing 90 people a day to gun violence. If you are too dangerous to fly in America, you are...
All right. So
they won't figure out how to do it another way.
She ends this by saying, if you're too dangerous to fly in America, you're too dangerous to own a gun. There were two problems with that proposition. One, the no-fly list. There's been no due process for almost most people on the on the new fly list. So now you have a Sixth Amendment problem because you don't have due process. So now basically she's saying, yeah, let's just take law-abiding people, put them on a list, get them the hell out of here, and she's okay with that. The second thing is, and I've heard it raised where everybody's trying to come up with a better way of trying to do this, that, and the other in this case. They say, oh, well, if they're under active investigation, then they can't be able to buy a gun. Well, what do you want to do? You want to flag somebody who's under an active FBI investigation?
Exactly. You're on the watch list.
Right, because they walked into a gun shop. So now listen to this idiot in the White House and what he had to say today.
More broadly, as I said yesterday, we see the prevalence of these kinds of mass shootings in this country. And I think so many Americans sometimes feel as if there's nothing we can do about it. We are fortunate to have an extraordinary combination of law.
And that's enough of this jackass. I mean, this is a concerted. You have to understand how soulless these people are. There are 15 dead bodies. 15 dead bodies, another 17 injured. 2 are critical, and everybody on the left is hunkering down trying to figure out how to implement gun control through executive order by labeling it terrorism.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Loretta Lynch was reinforcing the possibility later this afternoon. This was early this morning.
I didn't see the press conference.
Hillary Clinton is famous for including suicides in her daily gun stats. Because we all know that people who can't shoot themselves won't find another way to do it if that's really what they're after.
Wait. Did you see? I didn't see Loretta Lynch's press conference. Did you?
No, she made statements to the press, so I saw it in print.
Did she hold a? So she did. There wasn't a formal press conference. She was just answering questions.
No, it didn't sound that way to me. She made a public. I'm assuming it came out of a press release or something. But she was doing the Obama tap dance.
Hold on a second. I just had a short circuited thought. Has anybody heard from Jay Johnson in all this, the director of Homeland Security? Seriously?
No.
Not a word, right?
I haven't seen any statements from him. The only person I heard was the former DHS secretary who was on with Greta tonight, who basically said, and I mean, he made me want to cry. Intelligence has its limitations, and we are more vulnerable in a democracy or a representative republic than in more iron-governed places. He personally thinks that what happened in San Bernardino is a terrorist attack. But people need to understand that 100% detection is not possible. The risk is real and severe. And he says the best thing we can do is what you were talking about in New York City, JD, more citizen awareness, so that your regular store manager might notice when somebody comes through and buys 5 pressure cookers.
And for those of you who allow people on the left or whoever it is, to say to you, oh, your rhetoric is overblown, I want you to think about something. And my heart breaks for this poor woman, this poor neighbor woman who knew, and she said that she knew something was going on. She wanted to call the authorities, but she didn't because of political correctness, and she didn't want to be labeled a racist. I do not think that woman is in any way, shape. I don't think in her heart and soul that she's responsible, and I feel so sorry for what she's going to have to carry. But I want to tell you something, guys. Not overheated rhetoric, political correctness yesterday got 15 of your fellow citizens killed. I don't care what the jerk-off in the White House says. I don't care what this cankle-legged Alzheimer's patient that's twaddling around claiming that she's going to ascend to the throne as President of the United States. I don't care. I really don't care. You know, I know, Stacey knows. Hug your children and let them know. And I'm going to tell you something. I don't care if it is the Christmas season. I don't even care about goodwill on earth and peace on earth and all of that. You know what I want for us? I want peace and prosperity for us and ours, because I'm at a point where I want the world to burn. We're running a couple minutes over. I'm sorry we didn't get to it. Guys, get over to National Review. It's an article by Scott W. Johnson, August 22nd of 2007, nationalreview.com. It's called Coming Clean About CAIR. Scott W. Johnson, August 22nd, 2007. It is one of the first pieces written about CAIR being an unindicted co-conspirator after the Holy Land Foundation trial. And being that it was written so close to the end of it, it really goes in and has a really nice wrap of what to do. And blah, 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 blah. We don't want you to all get out of here.
We're going to stay with this in 3?
What's that?
We're going to stay with this in 3?
Hell no. I was just going to say, listen. We're going to take a break.
Well, I just have one more thing to say.
You have 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Literally.
Political correctness is a lie. The last Pew survey said, globally, 1/3 of Muslims worldwide support jihad.
That's it. That's your 15. JD and Stacey here at K98 Talk. Coming back in the third segment, closing out the show at 9 o'clock. Popes, robots. I have so many papers on the desk. We're going to figure this out in a few minutes.
Hey everybody, this is Jason, host of According to Me. I'd like to invite you to check out my show. It's a 2-hour show that lasts 60 minutes in...
listen, I hate to interrupt, but one thing I can do is read off a script. Just say, let me be clear a lot. It works.
President Obama, I can handle this. It's a radio promo. I'm not green. I've done this before.
Did someone say green?
Now, Al Gore is here. Listen, I'm just trying to record a radio promo. Do you mind?
Now, do you say good things about me on the show?
No, not at all. But if it makes you feel any better, I rip on Republicans just as much.
The AM radio frequencies give off very high levels of radiation.
Look, my show is on the internet, which you invented. Can I just do my promo?
I got a pen. I can veto that, you know.
I know you got a pen. It's not a law. It's a radio promo. Listen, just listen to my show. Barack Obama and Al Gore hate it, so you're going to love it.
Here's an executive order. Don't listen to his show. He doesn't like me. He's racist. And he doesn't recycle either.
That's it. I'm done. It's According to Me, Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on K98 Talk.
Oh, this show good. Wondering why you're up early with us on a Sunday morning making a cocktail? News lately got you drinking? Hungover from the mainstream media by Sunday? We are, and we got you covered.
We sure do. We got your hangover cure for those weekly news blues. So sit back, top off your mimosa, and add some Baileys to that coffee.
Take a match to your copy of the New York Times Light, funny, and oh yeah, news with booze.
And a lot of laughter.
Welcome to Bloody Marys and Broadsheets. If it's Sunday, it's Bloody Marys and Broadsheets.
We're your cure from your weekly news hangover.
We will never fully understand what we've asked of our military service members or their families, asking them to put themselves in harm's way, to endure it all. But we do understand that it's our turn, our duty, to keep them secure for the rest of their lives. Wounded Warrior Project long-term support programs help our most severely ill or injured veterans live independently, at no cost, for life, so that they might stand at ease. Join us at findwwp.org.
K98 Talk is expanding its lineup for 2015. This means we are expanding our advertising base. Trying to push through to the next level, or an established business trying to supplement your advertising budget. Web-based advertising is a solid investment. Thanks to Talk's newest partnership with TuneIn Radio and instant access to our sister station, K98 FM, we give you worldwide access at a reasonable cost. Interested parties should email us at sales@k98fm.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Here, JD and Stacey. Game on that K98 Talk every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and Friday at 5 p.m. You know we bringing you, baby. You know we bring to you to the airwaves. We are bringing you the cure for that cheap vodka stale cigarette split and the sadness radio. Everybody right now, get over to K98Talk.org. Get in that chat room. Take your pants off. Give everybody the finger. Bend over. Whoa. Grab that cough. The jail guard will have you over there. There's crazy things that go on. You got another secret handshake. Just be careful where you put it. Remember, guys, after the show, not during it, you get over to thatspreaker.com. Hashtag JD and Stacey, JDAND STACEY. We got Rick Wilson coming up for you. For those of you who are on the Twitters, get over, find him at The Real Rick Wilson. You can find him all over CNN referring to Donald Trump as a douche canoe. One of the smartest political pundits out there. I think that his first political campaign was James K. Polk.
Stop it.
Been doing it forever.
Okay, he's not coming on now.
No, it wasn't a knock on Rick. It was that I give a let's go back to
That's just like when you made good and gosh darn sure no one from Iowa would ever listen to us again.
Well, let me tell you something. We saved everybody in Wisconsin, because Rance, I never saw a colored person since before Barack Obama.
Oh, my God.
Wisconsin, we got hockey. There was one colored fella played hockey once. He's a French guy, though. So, Barack Obama, he was my first guy. Holy Christ, is this show need a 30-second thump button? Before we go into...
Can we please go to Disney first?
Hold on a second. I got to hit the little radio, little man in the boat. Hold on. Audio bubble is hit. Although the last point that I wanted to close this all out with, in JD's sick little mind, so you know how this guy...
It's sick.
You know how this terrorist jerk-off, he was 28 years old, he was born here, and it seems like it all went downhill the last 6 months when he ended up with the jihadi bride from Saudi Arabia, right? They have
a 6-month-old baby. They've been married longer than that.
Whenever the hell it was. But this is where he found Durka Jane or whatever the hell this stupid dead... Anyway, there is one thing that could have... If we could have went back in time, do you know how we could have prevented this all from happening?
Logging him onto the Disney dating site?
Hey, where are the white women at?
See? All of you out there who are single, get over to Match.com and stay off of Durka My Burka.
Durka.
Because let me tell you something, baby. When you go on to DurkaMyBurka.com, that ain't one of them good.
Virgin.
No. You stick with them.
Hey, where are the white women
That's
at?
right. Them U.S. virgins, all they're going to do is drive by your house and just incessantly fill up your phones with voicemail. But, you don't want no...
Virgin.
Not from over there, baby. No, because all they're interested in is... Did we just lose DurkaMyBurka.com as a sponsor?
Wow. Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Minnie and Minnie stupid and doing the nasty. Go ahead, come on. What other kind of families
this story is absolutely hysterical to me, okay? Because specialized dating services have not gone far enough. So we have dating services that are for folks that are Jewish. It's actually called J-Date. We have farmers only, okay? A farmers only website.
Is that for people who like to date farm animals?
No, that means you don't know what it's like to live on a farm unless you live on a farm. So I only want to date people that have lived on a farm.
Oh, and then they can all...
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.
There's one, I guess, for pot lovers that I wasn't aware of. And, I haven't dated in a long time. So
It's called I forgot your number.com, man.
Now, for some seriously, in my mind, impaired people, because I actually know a couple. They're not relatives of mine. They're relatives of relatives.
Oh,
there is actually a site.
A friend of a friend of a friend.
No. If my mother's listening, she is cracking up right now. I guarantee it. It's called, not lying, guys, Mouse Mingle. It is for, Disney fanatics only.
Well,
okay?
Wait a minute.
I like seriously. No, I know of, literally, at Christmas time, their home is covered to the roof with Mickey and Santa in a sleigh with a bunch of reindeer and a huge snow globe of Disney characters on the yard. There are no children in their family, and these people go to Disney 2 times a year. And they take Disney cruises. And if you go in their house, every little tchotchke thing in the cabinets and on the tables is Disney.
This story is starting to speak to me. Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because there ain't nothing that JD enjoys more, baby, than having his mouse mingled. Yeah.
So, there is now a specialized dating site for these absolutely rabid Disney fan. And the man who founded it, Mr. Tavras, worked as an engineer on the Disney Railroad and said, I found it hard to find women who are as interested in Disney as I am.
Oh, my God. I am going to hell. Do you know what this is? This is the Underground Railroad for furries. This is the Underground Railroad. Oh, my God.
Sad enough.
Oh, my God.
So far, the photo section of the site is packed with men.
We have got to get out of this.
And some women posing in Disney theme parks with Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh, my God. I'm going to hell because now I got a picture. Could you imagine? All right, so here we go. This is the Mouse Ming. All right, so this is the adult fantasy theme park version, if I understand it right. So this is the Underground Railroad for furries. So we got Harriet Tubman on the Disney trolley dressed up like Captain America with a strap on.
No, not Captain America.
Woo.
That's not Disney.
Okay, terrific.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The photos on the site are people in the theme park with Mickey Mouse ears on.
Oh, hold on a second. We actually have a quote of somebody coming off of one of these events.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Oh my God.
Put the lotion in the basket.
I swear to God, one of these times when you do this to yourself, you're just going to stop breathing.
What happens on a mouse mingle?
It rubs the lotion on its skin. It does this whenever it's told.
Stop it. That freaks me out. I hate that movie.
I bring nothing to the table.
You don't. Not right now, you don't.
I hate this place. Nothing works here. The medications don't work. I've been here for 7 years.
Hold on. I need a bong hit so I can breathe better. Okay. I never in my life thought, I actually tried to put these in some kind of order. Who the hell thought that a story about 8 squirrels attacking somebody wouldn't mean a goddamn thing after that?
Okay. And the next article JD sent me is we have found some jihadist squirrels.
30 seconds. Seriously, 30 seconds. Go ahead. What
Apparently, in Nevada, I believe California.
Oh, Christ almighty. Oh, the 8 Al-Qaeda squirrels? What is this?
Al-Qaeda squirrels. A warning is issued after a squirrel has attacked 8 people. Like, gone after people in a very violent and targeted kind of way. It, like, literally entered a classroom at an elementary school and attacked a student.
That's it. The front office has spoken. We just got a call from Rick.
Shut up!
Oh, my God. I want to thank old listeners, new listeners, everybody in between. Baby girl, you got those keys?
Get me out of here.
Tell the nice people what's going on till Sunday and where they can find you.
They ain't going to find me a lot of places, but I am okay and everything's going all right.
Hey, you can find me at Game On JD on the Twitters. And as for those boss tools, alleyways, shady situations, and things like that, just consider me Twitter Valtrex, curing cheap vodka, stale cigarettes, split ends, and sadness. If I live through it, I'll see you Sunday morning, kids.
I'm looking for you, you Occupy freaks with your glitter bombs. Bring it on! Bring on the glitter. Everything has changed. Everything has changed in the last few years. Conservatives used to take it, and we're not taking it anymore.
When our water heater broke down last month, it was a nightmare. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up, and he charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. And then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. By the time it was all said and done, I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break, and they will break, and at the worst possible time. Call American Residential Warranty right now for free information on home warranties starting at just pennies a day. Don't wait for your refrigerator to stop running or your ceiling fans to stop turning. Call American Residential Warranty right now. Ask how you can save up to 50% on washer and dryer coverage. Just call 1-800-513-6154. That's 1-800-513-6154. Again, 1-800-513-6154. Call now.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Giggity, 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 let's have sex.